Well, welcome back. Thank you, Joey and Tanya. I absolutely love watching her. She's kind of like a little pixie, and she's got a lot of great information. I want to introduce you, Treasure Valley, if you don't already know this amazing man, Mr. Rod from Rod's Limos.
Good morning.
Well, it's actually good afternoon.
Almost,
yeah,
yes.
well, we've been drinking all morning, so it could be. Me personally, because he's a driver, he doesn't drink. I don't know that Never, he's not. Well, you are an amazing person to stand right next to. I feel completely and totally underdressed.
This is conservative.
That's what you were telling me, and I've seen pictures. You are definitely over the top at times, but I think probably people love that about you, don't they?
I think that's one of the reasons why I've been successful, is people want something different, memorable.
For sure.
You know, as opposed to just a black suit and a white shirt.
Well, and I think that, being part of a limousine, or even being, part of somebody who is, it's a step out of the ordinary, and that definitely is something that you offer.
Yes.
For sure. So tell me, how did Rod's Limos, how did that all come about in the first place?
I had just retired from music after touring my entire life, and got a call from a lady that asked me to drive her limousine one night to a concert. So I said, yeah, sure, no problem, I'll do that. And
Had you ever driven before?
No, and it was a real small limousine. It was like a little 6-passenger.
Oh, just 6 people.
And I picked up some people from a radio station contest and took them over to the Idaho Center. And I opened the door and roll out the red carpet, and I got mobbed.
Really?
Just mobbed by all these people there, and they all wanted their picture taken with me, and I was like, really?
The limo driver, they wanted a picture?
Yeah, I was really surprised, that I was getting so much attention.
Right.
So I ended up working for her for about a year, and then she decided to move out of state, so she sold the business, and I just went from limousine to limousine company. And then the natural progression was for me to have my own limousine business. And when I worked for the other limousine companies, I only had one demand, and that was I want to dress the way I dress.
Right.
I didn't want...
Which is snappy, by the way.
Yeah, and I wanted to do something different, so at the end of the night, people wouldn't forget me, and they would tell their friends. So they all said, sure, no problem. And I ended up in a very short amount of time being branded, and
fabulous.
I want the spiky hair guy, send me Rod.
Right.
And with Rod's Limos, people can actually go to the website and pick out the outfit they want me to wear.
Shush.
Yeah, we have...
Dress Rod.
Yeah, we have like 92 outfits posted, and there's 366 different outfits crammed in my condominium.
That's
every closet,
phenomenal.
including my wife's closet. I even started taking over her closet.
P.S. That's a trend for men. Kevin is starting to take over
my
closet.
Well, it's really bad. No man should have more shoes than his wife. I mean, it's...
Did you hear that, Kevin? Oh, sorry about it. I want my closet back. Okay, so there's a lot more to you than just the limousines, because you just got done saying that you were touring. So you're a musician as well. You're not just a lookalike and a fabulous lookalike, but you're an artist too.
Professional drummer my entire life. After I graduated from music school in '79, I went on tour and didn't really unpack my suitcase until 2003.
Wow,
when I
that's
retired.
a long time.
It was a long time, and I spent my entire career never drinking or doing drugs. I started at a very young age, and I was on stage with people that are 15, 20 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So I realized at a young age that this was not the route to go. So
that's a great story too, all in itself.
So I'm a statistical anomaly when it comes to musicians that didn't abuse themselves, while touring.
You should write a book.
Actually, somebody has written a book about me. We're just waiting for it to
come
out.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But, okay, so, but somebody's written a book about you, and then do you have something, are you putting together something too?
No,
just somebody's writing a book.
Somebody's writing a book about my childhood. It's a fascinating story. It deals with the after effects of child abuse.
Oh.
And what happened because I saved my younger brother from what was happening to me and chose to live in silence. And the path that it forced me on for most of my adult life and the problems with overcoming child abuse and neglect, and it's a powerful story.
So you and your brother went through that, and
My brother was actually spared from it because
because you took
stepped
it.
in. I stepped in. That's what big brothers do.
And you know what? I think typically that is what we
They-
see in
it-
families.
it's
It's
not-
either the son or the daughter will take up for the mom, when she's had too much and the dad's still going strong, or the older brother steps in to take up for the younger siblings.
Right.
I've seen
It's
that a
not an
lot.
adult decision. It's what
No.
big brothers do.
Right.
And so it's really a good story. I'm looking forward for them to.
When do you think
finally
that's
finish
going
it.
to actually come out?
Well, it's being completely rewritten. At the moment, the title is called A Moment in Time, and we'll just see what happens.
So, but we won't know. I guess we'll have to stay tuned and watch. Will you come back on the show when you actually have a book?
Be my
An
pleasure.
autograph one, and maybe we can
Sure.
help
I'll even
promote.
let you ride in a limousine. Call the office.
Wow, there's love for you. You can ride in a limousine, but you have to call the office.
I actually don't deal with that end of the business.
Well, that's okay. We were just discussing right before we came on air that we would like to do like the Treasure Valley Views cash cab in the back of Rod's limo. If you want to be a part of that, info@treasurevalleyview.com. And then what is your website then, so people can go and talk to you, to get information?
rodslimos.com.
That's easy enough.
it's pretty simple.
Okay, so let's see. You have done a lot of stuff because clearly you're very passionate about children and child abuse and the effects of. So you've stepped up and done a lot for the community with regards to children. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
I've been driving for Make-A-Wish ever since I started the
Oh, I
limousine
love
business.
that.
It's an extremely sobering gig. It's not glamorous, but I've learned so much from these kids about how courageous and brave they are
Sure.
with knowing their own mortality.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, my Wish kids are so happy to be in the limousine with Rod that going to Disney World, it really doesn't mean that much. So I'm touched by them. I just did a guy last week and took him on an all-day shopping spree. And
I was reading about that.
Yeah,
That's
and-
got to be really humbling too, right?
It is, and I love these kids, and I try to give back in my own way to the community.
Right. And that's what Treasure Valley View is all about. We want to not only give people who are doing something phenomenal within the Treasure Valley an opportunity to get some exposure, but then to expose the people who are doing the amazing works. And we appreciate you so much, Rod, for taking some time and spending it with us this morning. I will be in the back of your limo very quickly because I'm calling the office. Thanks very much for coming and joining us
Bless you.
today.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
appreciate it. I
Thank you
love
for
you,
having me.
Rod. Love
Thank
you.
you very
Ooh,
much.
that was a good interview. I love it.